Hi, Adrian Manyathelo here. We are live right now all over the world. We are live in Africa, we are live all over Asia, we are live all over America, Europe, Botswana. Hello Botswana, how are you? I always make sure I greet Botswana because that's the country of my birth. Hi Pastor Brian. Hi Stuart, I can see you are in there. So the topic today is how to discover your life's purpose. Okay, and now in this sense here, we are talking about how do you know what you really are supposed to do in this life. Okay, and it's very interesting to know that. Have you ever, when you were growing up, right? Have you ever seen somebody who is very talented in something, right? And they never actually pursue it. Okay. You find people maybe they're talented in speaking, maybe they can speak very well, or maybe they're good at gathering people, uh, or maybe they're good at maybe carpentry, maybe they're good at singing, maybe they're good at running, maybe they're good at playing football or something, right? They're good at certain skills, but you really watch them grow and never achieve that particular thing. Instead, they ended up maybe being a teacher, or maybe they ended up being a lecturer in university, or maybe they ended up doing something completely opposite, right? And have you wondered why it's like that, right? The truth of the matter is, society seems to dictate what people are going to be, right? Um, and because of that, because of the nature of the society that we are in, and this doesn't only affect any particular area of the world, but it's an entire, it's, you can say it's a disease that's right across the humanity. Okay, because what happens is that when we grow up, we are told to do things in a certain way, right? Unless you as an individual decide to do things differently, right? You end up being like being a photocopy, right? You all know that when we grew up, we were told things like go to school, do very well at school, get a good job, and that's how life was always told to us, right? We're programmed that way. But the truth of the matter is, those who have managed to be what they've always wanted to be, they tended to be different, right? What they did, they just decided to learn things from the streets. Really, the good stuff, you find them on the streets. And when I say streets here, I say you discover them by your own self, right? Uh, if you wanted to be a musician, wanted to pursue that, what you need to do, you need to look for people that are interested in what you are doing, right? Because society dictates how you're supposed to behave. They can literally make you do certain things when you don't want them, right? You find yourself being a lecturer at a whole university or a professor, and yet you look back and say, this is not what I've always wanted to be, right? So the truth of the matter is, you got to pursue what you want and don't go with what the crowd says. Okay, never follow what the crowd says, because the crowd will always force you to do things the other way. And what's interesting as well, when you begin to do things the way you were created, right? What happens is that you begin to breathe fresh air. You find that there's no competition, and there's no, it's effortless. Because you see, imagine, right? I want to think with me, right? Imagine you were born a runner, right? And all of a sudden you decide to do running as your career. Maybe when you start from the beginning, it'll be hard, of course. It's always hard, right? Very hard, right? Because you won't get that much of a support. in fact, everyone will oppose you, especially in looking at the society where we grew up, right? Where everybody will be saying, no, you have to go to school, you got to go and be a lecturer, you got to be this, and you just want to run, right? So you get all kinds of opposition, but what happens is you keep persisting until you win and be what you've always been called to be. Because if you don't fight for it, nobody will fight for it, right? A lot of people, they think that for you to be what God has made you to be, right? Somebody has to fight for you. No, you got to fight for yourself. That is the truth, right? You got to do it yourself. You got to go out there and push it, right? And it won't be heavy as it is when you are doing something that you don't want. I don't know if you've ever done a job that you don't want. Wake up in the morning, you're like, oh, this job again, right? And you just don't want to go and do it, but you still have to do it, right? Why? Because society forced you to be there, right? So for you to come out of there, you got to fight it out and come out and be what you've always been called to do, right? And that's exactly what we are talking about today. So if you click on that link below this video, somewhere near this video, you'll be able to access the information that we've done for you today. It's a whole video and a PDF, and also we have it in an audio so I can listen to it, right? Yeah. That's good. That's wonderful, Stuart. Great to know that, right? So very, very important that you pursue what God has called you to be, and if you fight for it, and nobody else will fight for it for you, right? And so yeah, go ahead, click on that link, get that information, and see if they can help you in your business or in any part of your life. Thank you so much for listening to me today. I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Bye for now.